Welcome back to Unit 5 of Week 2, Editing Discovery Documents on the SAP BI Platform. In our last unit, we were a consumer on the BI platform of the documents that we created in the previous units. Now we want to see what we can do if we have edit rights for the documents on the BI platform. What are the takeaways of the unit? I want to show you the different use cases that are possible when you have edit rights. And this will be as well options for users with edit rights on the discovery document itself. So when just working with the document on the platform or creating new discovery documents on the BI platform directly. Editing documents on the Business Objects BI platform is as well possible through your client when you are logged on, or we can see what alternative data preparation strategies we could think of. Imported data in Discovery can be used as the SAP HANA Live Data View on the Business Objects BI platform. So let's see how we can handle all these use cases. What are the different use cases? We can divide the use cases in Discovery Client use cases and platform use cases. So the Discovery Client use cases, the first one that you already know is you create a ready-to-use discovery document. That's what we did in the last units. And it will be consumed by an end user on the BI platform. This was what you saw in Unit 4. Then we can create a discovery document with prepared data only that then can be enhanced by an analyst. So you don't need for the analyst, the client. The analyst can directly work on the platform. You can add imported data, merge or manipulate data sets by opening the platform documents in the client directly. By this, you could do things that you cannot handle on the platform. And you can publish imported data sets to SAP HANA, and this enables live analysis on the Business Objects BI platform. If we look at the platform use cases, we have two use cases there. You can just edit an existing document on the BI platform by adding, changing visualizations, add online data and blend data. So this would be a similar use case like we had before by the consumer, but just that you have now the edit rights to work with the document. And we can create new documents on the BI platform based on SAP HANA Live or SAP BW Live data. And for this, you would not require the client. So let's now have a look at each of the single use cases so that you do understand them. The first one is the use case that we had before with the consumer user, but now with edit rights. So which options do you have when you can edit a document on the BI platform? For editing the document, you will go to the design view. So you will not stay in the view options. When you are in the design view, you can save the document. As a consumer, you can only save as. You have the full edit options like you have as well in the Discovery Client. But you cannot change data sets and you cannot merge data sets. But you can link data sets except for BW Live data, and you can create new data sets, but for live data only. Create global bookmarks is available if you have the edit rights, whereas when you just have view rights, then you can just create personal bookmarks. And you see here, when you look at these three screenshots, you see the options that you have available when you are in edit mode. So for BW Live data, you can see you can add a new data source, but compared to SAP HANA Live data, you don't have the option to do the blending. And for imported data sets, you have the similar options as for the HANA Live data, but you will not be able, like here, to add a new data set. That's only possible in the client for imported data. Let's have a look at the next use case. So you can create new discovery documents on the SAP BI platform, so without the need of a client. And this is available if you have SAP HANA Live data connected through HTTP INA-based, or if you have an SAP BW Live system. If you have the authorizations granted for you, then in the Applications menu, you would see Lumira Discovery. If you use this application, then you get the pop-up log on screen directly to either SAP HANA or SAP BW. And therefore, you need the OLAP managed connections in your BI platform. And if a HANA system or a BW system is maintained, you can select it and directly work on this data with the options that I showed you in the previous slide. And then you can create your document and work on live data on the BI platform without ever having touched the client. Let's look at the next use case, when we want to edit documents on the BI platform through the Discovery client. You remember that when we are in the client, we have here the option to log on directly to the SAP BI platform. And by that, once being logged in, we don't have to log in again. So we can then acquire data from a live system, we can directly connect to a live system, and we don't see the log on screen again. But as well, when we are on this tab for SAP BI platform, we can directly open a document that we see here from the platform. But of course, you will need the rights to view these documents on the platform, and of course as well edit rights if you later on want to save the document again. But when you open this document inside the client, you are really working on the platform. You are not saving a copy like in Designer to your client, because when you are saving, there is no copy saved on the client. You are directly saving the document in the platform. By opening this document on your client, you by this get the options that the client gives you. Remember, you are not able to add or manipulate any data, imported data on the platform document. So if you now see, well, I forgot to upload an Excel sheet that is available then for the user who wants to manipulate the data or who wants to visualize the data on the platform, then I can open the document through my client and I can add another data set there, I can merge data, I can manipulate the data, I just save it and then it will be available on the platform. And I can as well refresh my platform documents locally. And this will be important when you are working with Designer documents. And this use case will be shown by you through G in the next week. And you see here, just to show you, when you don't have view rights and you cannot save the document here, you receive, if you just have view rights, you receive an error message by the system. Let's look at a way for alternative data preparation. It's not always the obvious way. So the obvious way is always you start in your Discovery client, you create your full document, then you save it to the BI platform. But as a customer, sometimes you think, well, I don't want all the users to have a client installation. So maybe there are just some users who are working with the data and the other users are either consumers or the ones creating the visualizations. And for that, you have the option that you just, as a data scientist, prepare the data on your desktop installation, and then you save this document just with the data, no visualization. So it's empty, let's say, from this perspective. And another user would open then this document on the BI platform. If they have edit rights, they can right away see, that's how they would see it. It would be empty. They open this document, they say, I edit the document, and then they can start visualizing based on the data that you acquired for them. So that's one way just to say really you can create visualizations without having a desktop installation. You enable data scientists and data analysts just to focus on their competencies. Now let's have a look at the next use case. Imported data in Discovery can be used as SAP HANA Live data on the SAP Business Objects BI platform. If you are in the data view mode of the client, you have an option, if you go to File, Publish, that you could save these data, this Excel sheet, as a HANA Analytics view inside your HANA Live system. This would support for you that you have kind of centralized management. By this you can say, well, I might work on my platform just with HANA Live data, so that I don't require a client for everybody. They just work with these HANA Live data, but anything that I import, any Excel sheet, any BW imported data maybe, I can save as an analytic view inside my HANA. And this supports, for example, aggregation types like sum, min, max, count. And these types are all other types than these, they will be ignored. So these are the only ones that are supported from your OLAP data sources. So you have to take care of this. Hierarchies will be supported, that's very important for you. And you can then use these views as new live data sources on the BI platform. And if you imagine what a lot of customers want is that you want to bring your live data and your imported data together. And so this enables you kind of like having an indirect blending of your SAP HANA Live data and the imported data that in the end you have as well available as a live view. And with this, I want to end this session for today. So I hope you, well, rethink these use cases. Maybe the one or the other use case is a use case that helps you later work with your data in your company. And I would like, in the next unit, to show you a demo or 2 demos where I include all these use cases where we talked about today. The use cases that interact with the BI server and with your edit rights, so that you get a little bit more familiar with these use cases. So thanks for listening, and I see you again in the next unit, in our demo unit.